everybody. I've got a fabric journal today. Isn't it lovely? Look at these doilies, laces, just all kinds of just yummy fabrics over here, and some little tans to kind of offset this picture of a lady with her two daughters. Little tiny bow here. Look at that. I put one great big doily over all this fabric. It's got layers and layers of fabrics. And a little bit of cheesecloth because I wanted something a little white. And another piece of doily there. And it's got lace in the edges here. And it is a 4 1/4 by 7 1/8. I don't know how I come up with the oddest measurements, but I do. And we're going to see about the spine. It's about a 1-inch spine. About. Okay. Have to keep checking. Now, let's go inside. Look at this pretty lace bow here. Really pretty lace. And on the inside, we have a piece of muslin here for the background, a pocket. Now, I'm going to tell on myself on this journal because I want y'all to know. There were things about this journal when I made it that when I looked at it again before I did this video, I didn't like. I just felt like it needed something. So when I see it in here, the things I've changed, I'm going to let y'all know. And this is the first one. I just had this pocket. Just this pocket here. And I felt it needed a little bit more, so I added some more fabrics. And look at how soft that made it. On the inside, a piece of twine that's holding some envelopes and postcards and things. Several envelopes and pieces of paper that you can stuff it with in there. Over here, this is like a little, I don't know, like a yarn flower with some fabric and some pattern paper, music paper, and a little card. Another little card because I thought that matched that pretty good. And some sari ribbon with the pretty gold in it. It's in the same color family. Doesn't match, but it is the same color family. And we'll just slide these right on in here. You know, I like to see everything, so I have to arrange it. And we'll stick you right here. There. Over on this page, this was another one that I changed. I didn't have the two butterflies on it. I felt like it needed something here. It was a little bit too plain. And the papers that I had stuffed it with had absolutely no color. I did them on a gray cardstock and stamped on them, and I just wasn't happy, so I yanked those out of there. And I put these in instead to give it a little color. And I added this ruffle at the top. And then it's a double pocket. Got a little booklet in here. A little bit of stamping, a little bit of ephemera, some colored papers. And that's graphic 45 paper. And then in the front pocket, I put a piece of coffee dyed paper, a little tag with an antique safety pin and button. And then some of the little dyed papers that I use for tags on the inside. So that was a change that I made. Over here, I had inked the back and put this graphic on top, this place to write, and it would just look empty. So I added this little pocket here. These come out, would give you all this writing space here, and yet you still have some little extras. A little envelope. I don't think I put anything in it. Nope, just a plain little envelope. And then, of course, the button thing. little button thing. And I put some fabric with a pearl and a safety pin there. I thought it brought it out more. So you can always add. I mean, that's what layering is. It's just about keep going. Over here is just a dictionary page with a swan. I got a little story about that one too when I get further on in. And a little graphic that I printed out. Some really faintly colored lines here for writing. This is a coffee-stained glassine bag. And on the inside, we have a little mini booklet. It's got a couple coffee-dyed papers and dictionary page, and it's been sewn. And a gazebo. And a stamped paper. And another piece of stamped paper here. Oh, there's something else in there. Look at that. A little tag. Almost missed it. Okay. And then this was another one. I had this just coffee stained paper, and I had that stamp on it and nothing else. Because I meant for it to be a writing page. And I kept it as a writing page, but I added this image over it and then put one of those little corrugated hearts. So instead of just having it plain, that just ended up being part of the next step. This is the center. It's got some pattern paper here and a clock, a little charm, a little heart charm, and over here a pocket with some cheesecloth and a chair, and it's got some tags in it. It says, "Believe in yourself." A little postcard, coffee dyed, vintage brands, and a little flower there just for a little bit of color. And over here, again, the same thing. All I had was this coffee dyed paper with that stamp. And I love that stamp, and I thought it was very pretty, and I still do. But this is the same color as that stamp, so it went nicely here. Over here, a piece of washi tape on a glassine bag. And this is music paper that's been stitched all the way around in white thread. On the inside of this one, I have a photo mat and a vintage lady. And y'all know what these are. Little thingies to write on. They're thingies now. And you can see that this will hold more stuff if there's some other things you care to put in there. Here's some fabric stitched in blue with a little yarn circle and a pearl. And over here, I just left this image as it is. I thought it was really pretty. You could put like a picture here and journal here and here. This is the page I was telling you about earlier with the swan page here. I had this all in a blue-gray cardstock. And I had a vintage lady over here, and I had a piece of paper that I coffee dyed, got from Office Depot up there, and a book page here. And it just didn't look right again. So I came back and I added this piece of ledger paper back here, and I put the swan thing. This is part of the swan right here, paper. I put that on there, and then when I was checking it, I noticed I used that twice, and I really don't like to use the same graphic twice. So I found another one that I had, and I put that over that. And then I added this rose and this piece of blue ruffle with the safety pin and a pearl and some fabric pieces. And this is a pocket here on the inside. Have a envelope that's got some coffee dyed papers in it. A big card that I stamped, and I roughed the edges up so it's really ratty. And then I chose this one because it comes out where I made the cut so you could get your finger in. So it looks really pretty sticking out there. So we'll put those back in. And then we'll put this on top. And you see how it sticks out like that? I thought that was pretty. On this side, this was another one that I had changed just a little bit. I had put a pocket here and put over it a graphic that I really liked. And inside are 3 pieces of paper that you can journal on. 3 different pieces of paper. Small. And I added this ruffle with the pink flower. Over here, now this is what I was talking about with this image. Over here, this is what those pages looked like. And I liked it. However, there were so many of them. That's what I didn't like. So, now these I left because I do like it. And I added a journaling card on top. And then this is like a little envelope on the inside. Got some tags, music tags with a button and a safety pin on the inside. A little bit of washi tape here. Get in there. A little bit of washi tape here. And some lace that makes a pocket with a blue flower. And I added a little card. And a little tag. It's got some ladies crossing the street. And a business card, confectioner. And I put him right up under there. And then on the last page, again, I left the stamp, and it's got some really faint script stamping on it. And then I added this journaling card, which is on a book page. It's quite sturdy, but it's got journaling on both sides. And see, that goes with that. So I was real pleased with that, how that ended up. But those were the changes I've made. And the reason why I wanted to tell y'all that is so that you know that you are not stuck. If there's something that you have made that you're thinking, okay, I like it, but I'm not liking it. You know, a lot of times with my art, when I used to teach oil painting and back in the day, and I would, sometimes I would make a painting and I wouldn't like it. And then I would learn something. And I could go back and look at it again, might be months later, might be a week later, might be a year later, and I would be able to add those new techniques that I learned to the existing painting. So you can do the same thing here. You know, I wasn't doing ruffles when I made this. I wasn't, I left a lot of the papers plain. Let's see, what else? You know, I wasn't really decorating like I am now. You know, I wouldn't have done all this. I would have just left it plain. So now I know that I can keep going, and I'm sure that later on I will have other things that, you know, oh, that would look good there. So you know, don't throw anything out that you make or think, oh man, I didn't do this right. It doesn't look good. Don't ever think that, because you always have the option to add and cover up and, you know, do what you need to do to get it where you do like it. So anyway, that's my preaching for today. And I want to thank y'all for being here. And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.